Hi, welcome to my yoga studio. Today we'll be on the floor, so it's not really a chair practice. Hope that's not disappointing to anybody. But today I walked to the dentist in Harvard Square, and I was so surprised at all the leaves on the sidewalks. Yesterday we had a big windstorm. Today it's just beautiful. It's that beautiful October weather that we never know if it's going to be cold and rainy or just absolutely glorious. Today is absolutely glorious. So we're going to stretch our legs today, and we need to have blocks. So 2 blocks, and some people may want a blanket for your knees. This is how you can use the blanket. I'll show you how. I don't use the blanket, but if you want to use a blanket, you could put it under your knees. So I'm just going to move this aside, and I have my 2 blocks here in position. So let's just start in tabletop. So usually tabletop is with the hands down, but we're elevating a little bit today. So strong arms feeling like pillars, very strong, okay? And then we're going to extend the right leg back and work the ankle and foot. So pushing the heel back and then pointing the toe, flipping the foot, pushing the heel back. Nice stretch in the whole sole of the foot, pointing the toe, stretching the heel back. It feels so good to really stretch that foot, point and stretch and point. Now, when you stretch back this time, lift the inseam. That's the inside of the leg. Just lift it up, just to get the feeling of that. Okay, and then we're going to bring that right knee forward between the blocks. Okay, so now we've swung the right leg forward and have put the foot between the blocks, and we're going to lift the left leg and push the heel back and lift the inseam. This is the inseam, the inside of your leg towards the ceiling, lengthening the back, and move the knees apart so you get a real nice stretch in the groin. Okay? And you can stay in this stretch if you do it on your own longer than we're going to do it today. But you want the knee over the ankle. A nice right angle here. If this is too much of a stretch, you can of course drop the knee and lift it again. But you want to lift the inseam when you're in this pose and push the heel back, not pull the heel forward. So we're stretching the entire back of the leg. Now we're going to drop that left knee down, back into this position, and extend the right leg. So, and then bow your nose down to your big toe. So now the stretch in the leg is the hamstring. Tighten the quad a bit. Okay, so we're stretching the hamstring. And you want to keep your hips as square as you can. So to avoid stretching the hamstring, you would roll that right hip forward, but we're going to pull that right hip back. If you're limber, you can go into more of a split and get the same hamstring stretch or similar hamstring stretch. But for most people, this is pretty good. Okay. And lengthen the back. You can drop your nose towards your knee. Come on up and down and up. And notice I'm not pointing my toe. I'm lifting the toes up. Next, we're going to take that right knee out to the right and slide the left leg back and come into pigeon pose. Okay, so the right knee is to the right and the sole of the right foot is facing towards the left. And you can drop down on your elbows, and this is stretching the hip. Lengthen the back. And if this feels okay for you, stay here. You have the option of coming down further. That is a deeper stretch, or pushing up into more of a back bend, curling the toes and lifting the inseam, which is more of a stretch. But for most people, just putting your forearms on the block, and we can rock the canoe a bit in this pigeon pose to tease the stretch, to relax the hip muscle. And now we're going to drop the right hip onto the floor and come up and bring, I'm going to turn so you can see what I'm doing. The right hip is on the floor, and we're going to bring the left knee into the sole of the right foot. Okay, so we have kind of a zigzag pattern going on. You can take your blocks and put them to the right. Okay, so we're going to turn our whole body to the right. So this is more of an abdominal digestive stretch here. Okay, so I'm turning to the right, and I can stay right here or drop again onto the forearms for more of a squeeze. Again, if you want more, the other options are to come down. Of course, you can stay with the arms up if that's good enough for you today. But most people are going to enjoy the forearms on the block. So there's a steady weight along the outside of the right thigh. And the twisting of the spine, if you want, look over your right shoulder. This is a flow sequence for stretching the legs, the lower half of the body. And breathe, relax the jaw. This is your 15 minutes of mini yoga. And a big part of taking the break, the mini yoga break, is to breathe. And just be mindful of where you are in this moment, letting your mind empty out, kind of emptying the trash, like when you empty the trash on your computer, show up and just take a short 15-minute break to let go of whatever it is, the chatter in your mind. Okay, and then come on up, and we'll do the same flow sequence on the other side. So we're going to now go back to where we began in tabletop position. Okay, and extend the left leg. And we're going to flip, move the heel back, point the toe, 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 and move the heel back and lift the inseam, that's the inside of the leg, up towards the ceiling. The next move in the flow is to bring that left foot forward. So now we're in this position with one block on each side of that foot. Extend the right leg and lift the inside of the right leg up towards the ceiling. We want the left knee over the left ankle, and you can hold on to your blocks. If you could go lower, you could go lower if you like, and push the heel back, lift the inside of the right leg, and really put some weight into the left foot. Lengthen the spine, look down at your toes, look down at the floor, lengthen the back of the neck. And then we're going to drop that right knee, come back into this position, okay? hold the blocks and just extend the left leg. So now we're going after the back of the leg, and pull, you can pull back that left hip. It feels really good. You might feel the stretch in your calf or your hamstring, your lower back. Toes on the left toes are pointed up. Okay, and just look down at your foot. Tug that left hip back slightly. If you want to slide forward to get more stretch. All my life I tried to get down in my splits and my body just won't do it, but you know, that's all right. Okay. And now we're going to go into the pigeon. So we're going to put the block in front. You're going to take your left knee to the left and bring the sole of the left foot to the right. You see? And then slide that right leg back and put your forearms on the block. This is a hip stretch. Put your shoelace down to begin. If you want to curl your toes and lift your inseam, that feels really good. Or just spend your time here. You can rock your canoe a bit to get a bit more stretch. Relaxing the jaw, relaxing your eyes. And again, when you do the pigeon, you could come down. That's more intense. Or you could lift up. But for most people, this is just fine. Okay, so we'll go into the next part of the flow where you drop onto the left hip. Okay, then you're going to take your right knee in towards the sole of your left foot, and we have a zigzag situation here. Turn everything to the left, and you may be happy right here. So you're getting a squeeze of all the lower digestive tract. Lengthen the spine. If you like, you can drop your forearms onto the block, and let's just relax here. If you like, you can turn your head and look over the left shoulder. And then sit on your buttocks and come on up. Put the soles of your feet together. And you can hold your big toes or hold your ankles and lift the spine. Baddha Konasana. Now let's just rock a bit side to side. Pull in. And now butterfly very gently, very gently. Let the knees move like butterfly wings. Now I'm going to put my hands behind me, press down my feet, and lift my heart. So I want my feet to be working. So pressing down the feet, lifting the heart. Okay, and let's go back and sit cross-legged. Okay, and walk forward gently. Look down and inhale. Slow exhale. As you sit upright, put your right hand to the right. Inhale. Inhale and then exhale. Hand to the left. Inhale. And exhale. And let's change our legs. Pull back the knees and inhale. Come forward. Hold your breath. Look down. Exhale. Hold the knees. Pull back. Inhale. Exhale. Hand to the right. Inhale. And stretch. Exhale. Hand to the left. Inhale. And exhale. Pull the knees back. Drop the chin slightly. Prayer position. So thank you for welcoming me into your house. And I will see you next week on Tuesday and Thursday. Thank you for showing up. Have a great weekend.